All right, we'll get started with goalkeeper Pedro Gallese. Pedro, winning in penalties, moving on to the conference semifinals. Just your thoughts tonight after a hectic game. Pedro, ganando el partido en penales, avanzando a los semifinales de la conferencia, tus pensamientos de una noche de locura.
Sí, primero muy feliz de haber pasado a la siguiente fase. Creo que lo merecíamos. El primer partido lo ganamos 2-0 aquí, luego fuimos a casa de ellos, lo empatamos y al final terminamos perdiendo por tanda de penales y bueno, hoy creo que siempre buscamos el juego, siempre fuimos para adelante y justo ganadores hoy nosotros.
Yeah, I think first off, just very happy to succeed and advance to the next round. I think it's something that we deserved, right? The first game we won 2-0 here in our stadium, and we went up to their place. We ended up tying, and then ultimately falling in penalties. And then tonight, I think we were really finding the game, but they were able to go up a goal, and we were able to get it back right before the end of the game. And tonight, we were able to succeed in penalties. So I think we deserve to advance.
Pedro, it's been a week since you last faced them in penalties. What did you kind of learn from the shootout in Charlotte that you took into this game here at home?
Hace una semana del último partido en penales. ¿Qué aprendiste allá que usaste esta noche en penales?
Bueno, si lo diría, creo que estaría revelando lo que usé. Pero no, se estudió un poco más, se estudió más el rival. Sabíamos que había una posibilidad de volver a ir a la tanda de penales y hoy creo que tuvimos la fortuna de haber ganado.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's one specific thing, but no, I think this week I studied a little bit more, really focused in on the PK takers of our rivals tonight. We knew that the way that they play, there was a good chance that we would go to penalties again. So we were all putting in the extra effort to make sure that we were ready for that, and thankfully it paid off.
Pedro, congratulations on the win tonight. Just curious as to, after game 2 and seeing what Christian Kalina did in that game, does that inspire you? Do you take that as a challenge for the next one? Because obviously you guys turned it around, almost a mirror image of game 2 and game 3.
Mirando a qué hizo Christian Kalina en el segundo partido, ¿te inspira o te motiva para hacer mejor y ganar en penales? Como porque este fue el reverse del segundo partido.
¿Quién es Cristian?
El portero de ellos.
Ok. No, creo que cada uno hace su trabajo como mejor pueda. Ese día le tocó a él atajar 2 penales, hoy me tocó a mí y la realidad que puede ayudar a mi equipo para pasar a la siguiente fase.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was that. I think everyone on this team prepared as much as they could for penalties. Did as much as they could during the week to get ready for it. At some point everyone's going to be a hero in penalties, and today was me, and I knew that when I stepped up, I was able to really help my team, so I did everything I could to be able to do that.
Pedro, hay un dicho que estos son los momentos que los porteros siempre buscan cuando el partido se va a penales, donde los porteros pueden salir como héroes en tu manera hoy. Pero hablando en la manera colectiva, no solamente vos, pero el resto del grupo prácticamente buscando ese empate para llevarlo a los penales. ¿Qué has podido ver de este grupo, no solamente en esta serie, pero en el resto de la temporada, donde han podido buscar maneras de sacar una victoria, y obviamente esta noche que les da el pase ahora a las semifinales de la conferencia?
Sí, el equipo siempre vino de menos a más. Hubo momentos en el año que estuvimos penúltimos, fuimos levantando poco a poco, terminamos cuartos de la conferencia. Hoy igual, con 1-0 abajo fuimos a buscarlo, nunca bajamos los brazos, siempre intentando con buen fútbol, y al final la recompensa está ahí. Pudimos empatar y después ganarlo en penales.
I think the team has always been a little bit more or less around there. Obviously, earlier in the year we were we were second to last in the conference, and we just came together at one point and just started to chip away at that, and we were able to climb all the way up to fourth in the conference. And going into tonight, obviously we were down 1-0, but we never lowered our arms. We continue to try and find ourselves further and further into the game, and by the end we were able to get that extra goal, take it to penalties, and now we're advancing on to the next round.
Pedro, we've seen you play in big games, big moments, both with your national team and with your clubs, but not many bigger than blocking 2 penalties and a shootout. Can you explain to me how your experience in all those games helped you tonight in that moment? Te hemos visto jugar en grandes partidos con tu equipo nacional y con tus clubes, pero no tanto, muchos momentos tan grandes como bloquear 2 penales en un shootout. ¿Me puedes hablar de tu experiencia en esos partidos grandes que has jugado y cómo eso te ayudó hoy en ese momento?
Sí, hoy en día soy un arquero un poco más maduro. Creo que los partidos me han dado la experiencia que uno necesita, que necesito transmitirle también al equipo. Estos partidos de playoff son así. Estamos viendo muchas remontadas, muchos partidos interesantes. Hoy creo que fue uno de ellos y tendríamos que manejar bien el partido como sin nunca abandonar nuestro juego, ¿no? Que era siempre tocando, abriendo la banda, llegando. No abandonamos eso y a las finales pudimos empatarlo y ganarlo en los penales.
Yeah, I think obviously those games give me the experience to come into these types of games. Obviously these playoff games are crazy. They're always difficult, and tonight was no different, right? It was a tough game, but I think those experiences that I've gotten with my national team and at different levels really help me, and it also helps the team when they've got that experience to know that to drive the game, that even when we're down, and as long as we continue to play our game and not abandon the style that we want to play, and we just continue to trust in the system that we've got, that we can get back into it, and then getting into the shootout, those experiences obviously help with the more that you see, the more that you're able to read and do in the game.
When you're facing a penalty taker, how much goes into your preparation? How much of it is reading the player as they approach the ball? How much of it is gut feeling? And how do you process all of those things in just a split second when the moment comes?
Cuando está enfrentando a un penal, ¿cómo tanto es la preparación? ¿Cómo tanto es mirando al jugador que está tomando el penal? ¿Cómo tanto es todo eso cuando está leyendo una situación como así?
Mucha adrenalina, pasan muchas cosas por la cabeza, pero uno tiene que estar como arquero sereno, confiar en lo que ha estudiado durante la semana para qué lado patean más estadísticamente, y bueno, al final uno con ese trabajo puede ayudar al equipo.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is on the line, right? A lot of it is a lot of it goes through your head when you're standing on the goal line and watching that taker step up. But as a goalkeeper, you have to stay serene in those moments. You have to have confidence and confide in the preparation and the studies that you had during the week. But a lot of it comes down to when you're on the line, you have to make that decision in that moment. But it's a mix of different things.
Hola Pedro, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches, felicidades por la victoria. Qué importante hoy fue la hinchada de Orlando en la definición por penales. ¿Piensas que fueron uno de los factores decisivos quizás de esta definición comparada con lo que pasó en Charlotte? ¿Y qué le puede decir a los fanáticos? Muchas gracias.
Sí, creo que hoy fueron clave para nosotros. El momento de los penales se sintió la presión para ellos. Uno a veces dice que no, que uno tiene que estar concentrado, pero juega, ¿no? Juega. Y no, agradecerle al hincha que hoy vino al estadio, se sintió bastante durante los 90 minutos y más en los penales.
Yeah, I think it's certainly something that we were able to feel, and they certainly had an effect on it going into penalties. You could really feel the pressure that they were placing on them, and obviously as a player, you have to stay concentrated in that moment. But at the same time, their pressure and their support certainly plays, and the fans that came to the stadium tonight were incredible. We felt their support throughout the entire 90 minutes and even past that and into the shootout. They were an incredibly important part of tonight. We'll do a couple more. Go to Mike.
Pedro, hablando de adrenalina que se siente en esos penales, te quiero preguntar sobre el otro lado de la ficha. Está bien pocos de la temporada terminando para ustedes. Ya, si no era por el penal ya estuviéramos teniendo otra conversación esta noche, pero ¿cómo se maneja esas emociones que seguro que están ocurriendo en la mente de los jugadores? ¿Qué estabas pensando en esos últimos momentos antes de ese penal que obviamente cambió la dinámica y la complexión del partido?
Sí, bueno, se te viene a la mente el primer día de entrenamiento, los días de pretemporada, lo que uno sufrió, cómo nos tocó a nosotros estar en los últimos lugares en nuestra conferencia, cómo nos levantamos a eso y después perderlo así en el primer partido en la primera fase de los playoffs iba a ser bastante duro, ¿no? El equipo no bajó los brazos, como le digo, buscó y a la final les pudimos empatarlo.
Yeah, it starts at that very first training session. It starts in the early days of preseason, just continuing to work, and obviously in those moments when you're far down in the table, like we were, you suffer through those moments, but that suffering prepares you for these playoff games. Obviously, and knowing that in these playoff games, especially in the early rounds of the playoffs, nothing is easy, and in those moments it taught us to never lower our arms and always continue to try and find ourselves in the game and to never quit on the game. We'll go to the Zoom to John Lupo. John? All right, we'll go in the room to Austin David for the last one.
Pedro, just from your perspective, just being able to kind of control the game against a team that likes to counterattack and allow you to have the ball as much as possible. How do you kind of manage just dictating the defense when it comes to those counterattacks and those balls over top?
Para ti, ¿cómo manejas el partido frente a un equipo que le encanta el contraataque? ¿Cómo manejas el defenso con esas pelotas arriba, atrás de ellos?
Sí, siempre sabíamos que ellos iban a jugar contraataque con un delantero bastante rápido, iban a buscar las espaldas de nuestros centrales. Como arquero tenía que estar atento a las pelotas largas y mantener siempre mi defensa alerta. Se nos escapó, en una jugada se nos escapa el 9 de ellos que termina haciendo el gol, pero después el partido estaba bastante controlado con nosotros en ataque.
Yeah, I think playing against a team that loves to counterattack, especially with a really quick goalkeeper, you always have to be paying attention to what's behind your center backs, right? You always have to be paying attention to that. You have to make sure that they're always staying alert as a goalkeeper. You have to keep their focus throughout the game, and I think at one point we lost where their number 9 was, and he was able to score that goal for them. But for the most part during the game, we were really attentive to where everybody was and paying attention to those long balls over the top.